Hello everyone, today I want to show you a quick idea I've worked out using Sampletank as my main sound source. Aside from some effects, this is all Sampletank in a genre you may not really associate with Sampletank drum and bass. Sampletank 4 provided all the right sounds. Let's have a quick listen first. Right, let's listen to the drum part first. And it comes from a Sampletank kit called Electro Kit number 2, and I've also put it through some effects. Let me show you. First of all, the internal effects by Sampletank itself. An equalizer, saturator and 2 compressors. I've turned the spread on the last one all the way down, so I hope it will be mono after that. Some EQing, some wave shaping to get max volume and a little bit of crunchiness there. And then the snare. The snare is a patcher sound. It means that I have layered a few snares and tails and etc. together. Let's take a look at what it comprises. The first Sampletank I've used is just for some high end. It's the Electro Kit 2 again, and the snare was really good there, and as you can see by at the envelopes, I've just used it to get some tail off. I've done away with the transient, a lot of effects on there. And if I take the second one away, you could hear that the sound was almost completely gone. So this is really the body of everything. It's Electro Kit 2 again, with some effects. Equalizer, saturator and some mild EQing. And then in the third one I have the tail again, and as you can see I like to cut off a little bit of the tail in general by using LFO tool, another wave shaper, and this is the last one. That was a 900 series kit. So now I am going to show you how I made the cymbals. I've just layered some parts together. Very important, let them go through the same output number 1, otherwise you won't hear it. Unless you route the outputs to your DAW, of course. And then you have just some more cymbals for some syncopation, in this case the brush dry kit. And as you can see, the envelope is pretty short in all. Then you have some accents to really get the shuffle going. And in this case, I used the drum and bass gated kit from Sampletank as well, of course. Then the next things are some background rides and cymbals from the EDM Kit 3, all the rides. And then to top it off, some cymbals from Sampletank. Right, let's go over to the drop now. First of all, the bass of the drop is actually 3 basses working together to create some rhythm. As you can see here, they're doing pretty different things, and the first bass I'd like to go into is the sub bass, which is actually analog bass number 4 from Sampletank, which I've then put through a wave shaper, some EQ, wave shaper, here we go, and an LFO tool just to give it some rhythm. And you can see that I've used the T-Rex EQ to take out the lows in the side and to make some minor adjustments. The next bass is the wobbly bass, it's called. The waving bass from Sampletank, and a lot of effects on there as well. And then we have this very gritty sound without a lot of lows in it. It's the Ampli Wabwa from Sampletank, and I've put it through grind, which mainly takes care of the fuzziness in the eyes. There is a filter there that takes away all the low frequencies. And together they gave you the bass that you could hear in the track. Then the background plugs. Again, patcher because it's a layered sound. The first one is the saw plug from the V80. The second one is the detuned treasure, and then the solid square lead. All through the Sunset Studio reverb. Let's listen to dry sound. You can hear that this one adds a lot of liveliness and a lot of depth to the sound. Then the next sound is the pad, and as you can hear, the pads have been comprised of mainly a few noise layers, and then this layer, the gospel choir whoa. As for the two noise layer, there's a deep noise layer, this one, and it's actually SW noise number 4, and then a high-pitched noise, which is just white noise number 2. This is the lead. Again, I've layered some sounds. The first one is the main sound. It's the audiophile Sawtooth Lead. With a lot of effects, we have the solid square lead again. That's the sound in isolation. And then the last sound are tablas from Sampletank as well, which give a clicky character to the transient. And for the last bassy drop, we have 3 sounds and some drums, and the first sound is this saw lead, the 082 saw lead, with a lot of effects, and especially the phaser is very important here to give the sound the quality and the character it has. And of course the filter movement as well. These are some extra drums. Let's take a look which drum kit I actually used. There we are, Oriental Sticks drums. And the main bass sound is also a Sampletank patch, which is called 70s Pulse Uptempo. And the LFO is doing most of the work here. Again, with some distortion, lo-fi, etc. Okay, that was it. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Cheers!